Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Slaughterhouse game, a survival horror strategy game by Prospero Hall, brought to you by Funko Games. This game is meant for ages 13 plus, and it's meant for 2 to 5 players. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Slaughterhouse, ages 13 plus, 2 to 5 players, 40 to 60 minutes to play. Who will survive and what will be left of them? It's a one versus many fight for survival. One person plays as the deranged Saw family, dragging victims to their farmhouse and harvesting their meat for a grisly barbecue. The other players are the unwitting trespassers, doing everything they can to escape a hideous fate. But in this game, there are no winners. There are only survivors. Will you make it out alive or end up on the menu? Got 3 sculpted bone dice. Picture of all the things that are included in the game, including the miniatures. Got your table of contents down here. This was released in 2023 by Funko Games. For more information about this, it's a game by Prospero Hall. For more information about this product, you can go to funkogames.com. All right, so let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. Right off the bat, we have a rule book, the instructions right there. Again, it's for ages 13 plus, 2 to 5 players, 45 to 60 minutes to play the actual game. Brought to you by Funko again. Got your components list. Game setup, Sawyer player setup, Trespasser player set, and scenario setup. Down here again, it says watch the video to learn how to play, or continue reading these instructions. funkogames.com/play Slaughterhouse. And they give you a cool picture as to how to set the board up and how to set up everything that you would need to play the game. Very cool. Very helpful. Game overview. One of you plays as the dreadful Sawyer family, while the others play as the trespassers who have found themselves at this nightmarish farmstead. The game is played in rounds. Each round starts with each trespasser taking a turn. Then the Sawyer player takes a turn for each member of the Sawyer family currently on the board. The game ends once all the trespassers have either escaped or been killed. But in this game, there are no winners. There are only survivors. So you roll dice, noise and fear, drawing and burying cards, carrying movers and tokens. Then you got the trespasser turn. You can move, you could run, you got rooms, doors, windows, the stairs, map features, walls, doors, windows, and stairs. And how to read the game board. You got horror, you got vehicles, you got grandpa, you got fire, you got regions. You got outdoors, you got downstairs, you got upstairs. Searching, looking for loot, search symbol, search token, searched item limit, swapping items amongst players, desperation cards, item cards, attacking the Sawyers and ending your turn. You got hiding space. Here's an example of how to hide. Then come the dreaded Sawyers, the Sawyer player turn. You got Leatherface. Move, hunt, attack, or other actions. You can move, you can hunt, attack, or other actions. Here's an example of how to do that. Injuries, an example of an injury. Dread trespassers. You got Sawyer cards. You got the trespasser turn, free action, reroll, or panic meter. You got the panic meter, desperation, Sawyers. End of game. The game ends when all the trespassers have either escaped or been killed. Escaping. When a trespasser escapes, as explained on the scenario card, remove the mover from the board. That trespasser takes no more turns. If there are any trespassers left, the game continues until they escape or are killed. There are no winners, there are only survivors. Then, of course, you've got the freezer box. And your achievements, the Sawyer player's achievements. So, for them to win, kill a trespasser with the Grandpa's attack. Add the best there ever was Sawyer cards to the Sawyer deck. In scenario D, I dare you. Kill all the trespassers before they can take a picture with the Sawyer. Add the 2 not so fast Sawyer cards to the Sawyer deck. In scenario E, things happen here. Kill a trespasser in a room that matches a documented set of evidence cards. Add the 2 wild injury cards to the injury deck. Trespassers achievements. Escape with at least two more personal items than you collectively started with. Add the butcher's apron item card to the item deck. In scenario A, who will survive? Escape in at least 2 vehicles. Add the dig deep desperation card to the desperation deck. In scenario B, burn it down. Escape to the end game when the Leatherface is in a space with a fire token. Add the chainsaw item card to the item deck. And you have your FAQs, or frequently asked questions, and all the good people who brought you the game. So there's your rule book. Put that up there. Then we have the game board. The game which you are about to play is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 4 youths. It is all the more tragic in that they were young, but they had lived very, very long lives. They could not have expected, nor would they have wished to see as much of the mad and the macabre as they were to see that day. For them, an idyllic summer afternoon drive became a nightmare. The events of the day were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So we have our game board. So let's take a look at this. So you got your doors, you got your junkyard, you got vehicles, you got questions, you got your... So you got question marks, the washroom, you got the red hallway, you got the study, you got a vehicle back here, you got a nook, a foyer. Got the dining room, you got the sunroom, you got a vehicle, you got the Sawyer farmhouse, and you got the vehicle, the barn, the sunflower garden, item deck up top. So there's nothing on this side. Oh, nope. Only thing on that side of the board I want to break the board. You got a meat hook. So there's your entire game board right there. That's how it looks on the table. It's not a huge game board, but it's actually very colorful. Looks really, really nice. Very, very cool. So there's your rule book also. You got some tokens here. So we got some fire tokens. We got Grandpa. Looks like these are fear tokens. That's what I'm going to say these are. We got the eyes. That's what it looks like. You've got some ears. Got some fire again. There's Grandpa. Pop out very nicely. They're nice and thick tokens. Again, one side is the eye, and the other side is the ear. And they go back in just as easily as they come out. That's your first sheet of tokens. Another set of tokens. It says here, grotesque. Roll 1 die. If you miss, raise the panic meter. Remove this tile. Slick. You cannot start a run in this room. Pick clean. Place a search token on each search symbol in this room. Remove this tile. Putrid. Go back 1 space. You cannot enter this room this turn. Remove this tile. Trap. The Sawyer player attacks you with 2 dice. Remove this tile. Bloody Sawyers. Add 1 success to attacks in this room unless they miss. Clutter. When you enter this room, make noise. Secret passage. The Sawyer player may move a Sawyer to this room. Remove this tile. hidden, 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 and you got a bunch of loot and a bunch of excess. I'm assuming this means for the after the room has been searched, you can't search any further. Again, the extras are the same. You got these pictures in the back of the loot crates. And you got the hidden again, and these are our horror tiles. Your horror tiles. They are. Okay. Oh, then you got another. I think this is your second. Yep, this is your secondary game board. Going up the stairs. Looks like you got a bunch of skulls on the door. Can you open it this way? The main hallway going up. So of course, what we got here, you've got the Sawyer farmhouse. This is your upstairs section. You got Grandpa's room. You got Leatherface's room. You got the old man room. You got the item deck goes up here. Looks like that's a hallway and staircase going down. You have the hitchhiker's room. You have a weather vane up here, and you have the weather vane on the top up there as well. Right up there, the weather vane. That's really cool as well. Okay. You've got this, which is a chainsaw, which is really, really cool. Nothing on the back, but there you go. So it says Start 1 card, Desperation 1 card, Grandpa 1 card, Hitchhiker 1 card, Desperation 2 cards, Desperation 2 cards, and Leatherface 2 cards. That's really cool. You got some more punch outs. You got your 4 visitors. A cool 70s vibe. There it is. You've got some cubes. 4 red, a blue, green, yellow, and gray. So you got standees. You got the stands for the standees. There they are right there. You've got your figures. These are large figures, between the 40 millimeter. They're the same size as you would find them in the Indiana Jones Sands of Adventure, or you'd find in the Scooby-Doo board game by Simon. So you have this gentleman here, the hammer. It's a nice sculpt. I'd say he's about the same size as like a Green Army Man. That's the best way to say it. So there you go. He's got a hammer in his hand. All right, that's one of the guys. This guy's got a straight razor. And of course you have Leatherface himself. These figures have actually really good detail for being larger figures. They're really, really cool. I know some of you are saying there's another Texas Chainsaw Massacre game coming out that was kickstarted that hasn't come out yet. People have been waiting on it. And when I first saw this, I was like, oh, I wonder if it's that game. But then I saw it's a different game, so I was like, hey, pick it up and check it out, see what it's all about. So those are your 3 figures in the bag they come in. Okay. You have some extra baggies for your punch outs. Put those over here. Your game specific bone dice. So it looks like they have 2 slashes and an X and 3 blanks. So it's opportunity 3. Oop, 2 slashes right there. But those are your game-specific dice that you get. So put the X up there as well. So you see what they look like. Those are 3 insignias. So 3 slashes, 2 slashes on it, right? 1, 2, yeah, 2 slashes and an X. So there you go. All right. I guess these are for what you're going to use to fill in those things here. Other stuff we got in the box here. A whole bunch of stuff coming out. I want to make sure we get all the stuff out of here. Okay, so we got a bunch of decks of cards. We got some other stuff here. So we got the meat locker. Looks like you got some item cards. All the fronts are the same. That's cool. That's the meat locker though. That's cool. Then you got, let's see, you got a hammer, gasoline. So each card tells you the title, counts as whether it's a 2-handed weapon or a 1-handed weapon. You can use this once per turn. Action, roll 3 dice to attack a Sawyer in your space. Gasoline, place a fire token in your space, then bury this card. Barbecue, bury 1 injury and roll 1 die. If you miss, raise the panic meter, then bury this card. Bandages, action, bury 1 injury of a trespasser in your space, including yourself, then bury this card. Flask, take a free action, then bury this card. Gunpowder, a Sawyer in your space, loses 2 actions, then bury this card. Bone shard, roll 3 dice to attack a Sawyer in your space, then bury this card. Bandages, bury 1 injury of a trespasser in your space, including yourself, then bury this card. Machete, gasoline again, bone shard again, barbecue again, gasoline again, and a flask. Take a free action, then bury this card. So those are your item cards. Let's go in the freezer. And we can have some more item cards as well. We got some more item cards. We got injury cards. And we got a vehicle. So let's start with the vehicles. Seems like it's the least amount. You got an orange car. You got a blue truck. A green van. Human remains. When revealed, raise the panic meter. Human remains in the vehicle. Not sure what that means. It's almost like an, oh, looks like a, can't see. Got a question mark. Got a pile of parts. When revealed, make three noise. Secret stash. When revealed, take a random personal item from the game box. Oh, so you shuffle these up here. You don't know which one you're going into or what you're going to find. It's all right. That makes sense. There's different locations, like up here. It says vehicle up there. You put a card there, you flip it over, and then you find out what's there. Okay, so you're searching. Okay, that's cool. And then you got more item cards. But before we go to the item, let's take a look at the injury cards. Lots of those. When you run, make 1 additional noise. Oh, looks like a broken toe. Same thing again. Moving upstairs or downstairs requires 2 actions instead of 1. Looks like a broken toe again. You cannot start a run outdoors. You cannot start a run outdoors. Oh, broken arm. When you end your turn in a hiding space, roll 1 die. If you miss, you aren't hidden. Your item limit is 2 instead of 4 personal items, or you're too wounded to carry extra stuff. Got it. When you move through a door, make 1 additional noise. Play with your desperation cards revealed. When you start your turn in the same space as Sawyer, lose 1 action. During your turn, each of the Sawyer's players' cards cost them 1 fewer fear to play. When you search, ignore all X's you roll. Look like trauma to the brain. When you receive this injury, bury 1 desperation card. Sawyers add 1 success to attacks against you. Yeah, this must mean that you're severely injured. Yeah, I think that. So there's your injury cards. And you have more item cards. Orange keys, orange car part, blue keys, blue car part, green keys, green car part. Siphon gasoline, place a fire token in your space, then bury this card. Loot when taken, place a loot token in your space and remove this card. Camera, this card cannot be buried. Evidence, outdoors. Evidence, downstairs. Evidence, upstairs. Evidence, no hide or search symbol. Evidence, hide symbol. Evidence, search symbol. And then you have gloves, personal item. Make noise to move 1 space through a downstairs window. Pocket knife, roll 2 dice to attack a Sawyer in your space once per turn. Coveralls, when a Sawyer attacks you, you may force the Sawyer player to reroll any number of dice once per round. Horoscope, at the start of your turn, reveal the top card of any deck, choose to return or to bury it. Guitar, make noise to reroll any number of dice once per turn. Flashlight, add 1 success to your search roll. Tennis shoes, move 1 extra space when running once per turn. Backpack, ignore the item limit. When you search, take an additional item for each X you roll. So you got a 1 in 6 chance to get that. Baseball cap, personal item. You may make noise. If you do, for the rest of your turn, you may carry 1 trespasser when you take move actions. Glasses, when rolling for noise, roll 3 dice instead of 2. Whistle, before rolling for noise, you may make noise to let 1 other trespasser take a free action. Camouflage jacket, if you end your turn outdoors, you hide. Okay, so you can't be seen outside. That's cool. All right. That's more item cards. And these are the rest of the item cards that we showed you already. Put those down over here. Put this over here. That's the meat locker. There's some more cards here. Get these open. So this looks like a special bag, so I'm going to put this over here. Item and injury, so these are more specific ones. This injury counts as a body part that's not on your other injury cards, okay? Chainsaw, action, roll 3 dice to attack all Sawyers in your space once per turn. Butcher's apron, when you receive your 4th injury, bury it instead, then bury this card. Okay. You get these desperation cards and Sawyer family cards. Not so fast. After a trespasser ends their turn, if they played a desperation card on this turn, spend 1 to search your deck for any card and put it in your hand. Free attack action. Same thing for that one. Best there ever was. After a trespasser enters Grandpa's space, spend 1 of those to roll 3 dice for his attack instead of 1. Free move action. 2 of those. This one says dig deep, draw an injury to reset your actions and continue your turn. Again, 2 of the same cards. All right, you got your desperation cards and your Sawyer family cards. And also had a couple items in there. Again, we read those already. Yep. Okay. So these these are special cards that go in this pack over here. Got another deck of cards here. So let's see what these are all about. Okay, so let's take a look at these. So these are how to play the game cards. That's cool. Okay, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, one for each player who's playing a trespasser. So let's see what it says here. Okay, so it says take turns in any order. It says take actions. Take up to 4 actions as shown on your trespasser board. Roll for noise. Roll 2 dice. For each success, discard 1 noise. Give fear. Flip over any remaining noise to the fear side and give them to the Sawyer player. Okay, so it must be fear, and that's noise. Okay, got it. After all trespassers have taken their turn, reset all their actions to 4. Okay, it says trespassers hide. If you end your turn in a space with a hide symbol and without any Sawyers, replace your movers with your hidden token. Sawyers cannot attack or carry you when you are hidden. At the start of your next turn, replace the token with your mover. Move upstairs, downstairs. Take a move action in the stair space. Make noise and place your mover in the stair space on the other house board. You cannot run up or down the stairs. Fire. If a trespasser or Sawyer starts their turn or ends a move in a space with a fire token, roll 2 dice to attack them. Item limit. You can have up to 4 item cards and any number of personal items. If you ever take more, immediately bury items to get down to that limit. So all 4 of those are the same. You get your trespasser cards, which are cool. If you're playing the Sawyers, you're going to draw cards 1, 2 for free, as shown in the panic meter. Additional cards for 2 fear each. Take Sawyer turns 1 at a time. Move 1 space. Don't make noise or take fear. Hunt a hidden trespasser in your space. Roll 1 die, and if you succeed, they are no longer hidden. Attack or other actions as shown on each Sawyer's board. Reset actions. Reset each Sawyer's actions to their maximum number. Panic meter. Desperation. Each trespasser draws a desperation card. Sawyer. Place that Sawyer on their start space. Grandpa. Grandpa's start space is any space you choose. When a trespasser enters his space, roll 1 die to attack them. Trespassers cannot attack him. Grandpa cannot move himself, but any Sawyer may carry him when they have a move action. That's the Sawyer player's card. Okay, we got desperation cards. And we have Sawyer family cards. Running on adrenaline, take a free action. What is that noise? For the rest of your turn, you don't make noise. Scrounge. If you are in a space with a search token, draw an item from their matching deck. I'll catch up. Another trespasser in your region takes a free run action. They make noise as normal. Sew it shut. Make 2 noise to bury 1 injury. Nothing to lose. Roll 3 dice to attack a Sawyer in your space. Close call. For the rest of your turn, you may re-roll any number of dice once per roll. I'll catch up. Another trespasser in your region takes a free run action. They make noise as normal. Survival instincts. At the end of your turn, if there is not a Sawyer in your space, you hide. Just what I needed. Add 2 successes to a search roll. You may take an additional revealed item. Running on adrenaline, we did that one already. Through broken glass. If you are indoors, make noise to move 1 space through a window. If you move through an upstairs window, draw an injury. Scrounge, we saw that one before. Close call. For the rest of your turn, you may re-roll any number of dice once per roll. What is that noise? For the rest of your turn, you don't make noise. We read that one. So it's shut. We did that one. Just what I need. We did that one. Nothing to lose. Roll 3 dice to attack a Sawyer in your space. Broken glass. We did that one. Survival instincts. At the end of your turn, if there is not a Sawyer in your space, you hide. Okay. Those are more desperation cards. These over here. Then we have the Sawyer family card deck. Home Sweet Home. After a trespasser enters a new region, spend 2 fear to move a Sawyer into the red hallway. Free attack action. Unexpected horrors. After a trespasser enters a room without a horror tile, spend 2 to end their move in a space. Place a random unused horror tile in their room. Free action. Unexpected horrors. Same thing again. Should be more careful after a trespasser rolls for noise. If they had 4 or more before rolling, spend 3 to raise the panic meter. Right, should be more careful after a trespasser rolls for noise. If they had 4 or more before rolling, you get 3 to raise the panic meter. Roll any dice to spend 6 fear to raise the panic meter. Skeletons in the closet. After trespasser ends their hidden turn, spend 2, raise the panic meter. You roll any dice and all that stuff. Look what your brother did. I'm not going to continue reading all these, but free move actions. You see a crippling fear out of nowhere. Skeletons in the closet. I got you. Out of nowhere. Home Sweet Home. Despair. Easy pickings. Crippling fear. I got you. Look what your brother did. Easy pickings. Despair. And that is obviously the cards that you use if you're a part of the Sawyer family. So we've got some larger cards as well. All right. Okay, it says, who will survive? Your car broke down. Oh, so this is your different parts to the game. So I got A, B, C, D, E. Okay. I want to say almost like mission cards. Okay. Who will survive? Your car broke down a couple miles back and you walked until the Texas heat has made you delirious. You spot an old farmhouse down a long dirt road with several cars in the yard. Maybe the residents can help. You knock, but there's no answer. Tired and overheated, you try the door. It's unlocked. You enter hoping someone is home. Setup. Item cards. Add the 6 scenario A item cards to the item deck before shuffling and splitting it. Vehicle cards. Use the orange car, blue truck, green van, and 2 other random vehicle cards. Rules 5. Trespasser objective. Find a working vehicle around the farmhouse and collect 3 item cards you need to start it and escape. Special action. Start the car. If the trespasser is in a space with a working vehicle, orange, blue, or green van, they have the matching car keys, the matching car part, and gasoline. That trespasser may take 2 actions to roll a die. If they succeed, the car starts and all trespassers in that space escape. If they miss, they may try again for 2 actions. Okay. B. Mission B. Burn it down. If the rumors are to be believed, the men in this farmhouse have caused untold misery to the surrounding area. You have cousins and friends among the missing. While you walk along the nearby road, you have an idea. What if you burned it all down? Item cards. Place the 3 scenario B siphon gas item cards face up near the boards. Don't shuffle them into the item deck. Vehicle cards. Use the orange car, blue car, truck, green van, and other 2 random vehicle cards. Flip this, burn it down. Trespasser objective. Use gasoline to start fires in the required rooms according to the number of trespassers in the game. Always required 3, 4. Special actions and special rules. Ransack. Some people wouldn't consider it much of a life, but you enjoy the freedom of being a scavenger. Your crew are running low on cash, but perhaps there's something you could sell in this old farmhouse. Set up your item, your vehicle cards, and your tokens. Trespasser objective. Search the farmhouse for loot item cards, then escape your truck with enough loot tokens according to the number of trespassers in the game and their special rules. Mission D. I dare you. You've heard rumors about the Sawyer family's farmhouse. While it looks abandoned from the road, people talk about the horrors within. Your friends have dared you to get some pictures to prove you're not the biggest chicken in Texas. There's your setup, item, vehicle, and tokens that you need. I dare you. Trespasser objective. Search the farmhouse for the item cards and locations you need for your photos. Then escape with enough photo tokens on this card according to the number of trespassers in the game. 2, 3, 4. Special actions and special rules. This information's down there as well. Last but not least, things happen here. Everyone knows that the Sawyers are monsters, but nobody does anything about it. Now that one of your best friends is gone, it's time to act. If you can get concrete evidence of the murders in the farmhouse, maybe that will be the catalyst to unveil their sadistic way of life to the authorities. Set up item cards, vehicle cards, tokens. Your objective. Search the farmhouse for evidence item cards, then escape with enough evidence documented by photo tokens according to the number of trespassers in the game. Special actions and special rules. So those are your mission cards. And you have some more cards here. These are all, these are your trespasser cards. You can move, run, search, and swap. So looks like all these are the same. Oh, this is your, so you get those cubes there. This is your gray cube, this is your green cube, this is your blue cube, and your yellow cube. It's going to go through each one of your figures that you have there. So let's just read one of these cards real quick. Move one space, make noise if you move through a door. Run, make noise, and move 2 spaces. Make additional noise for each door you move through. Search in a space with a question mark, make a noise, and roll 2 dice. For each success, reveal an item from the matching deck. Take 1 revealed item and bury the rest. The shower player covers the question mark. Swap. Give or take any number of items from one trespasser, alive or dead, in your space. You have 4 actions. All right. So that's the girl, that's the guy, a girl, and that's the other guy. All right, there you go. Those are your 4 player boards. And these are the player boards for the Sawyer family. So you have the old man, start space, the pantry, wallop. Take action, roll 2 dice. You cannot give a trespasser their 4th injury. Bury it instead. Sweet talk. If there's trespasser in your space, roll 3 dice. Take 1 fear for each success. Hog tie. When you make a move action, you may carry 1 trespasser. So you get 4 actions also. Ooh. This one's 4 and this one's 5 on this side. Wild up, take roll 2 dice. Bury it instead. Sweet talk. So hog tie. And this one has 5 actions. So you guys are gonna have to. So it's kind of the basic edition. If you want to make it a brutal edition, he's got 5 wounds instead of 4. Okay, makes sense. It's kind of a basic, yeah. So again, for the brutal side, they have more strength. Okay, so this is the hitchhiker. Start space in the outdoor corner. Straight razor. Attack action, roll 2 dice. Creep. Move 1 space through a downstairs window. Vagabond. When you move, if you start outdoors, you move 2 spaces instead of 1. Cannot use with creep. So it's only got 3 actions, and here he's got 4. All right. And of course, there's Leatherface. It has up to 5 wounds. He's in the red hallway. Roll 3 dice. You may give up 2 revealed injuries instead of 1. Relentless. When you kill a trespasser, draw 2 cards. So again, you want more brutal. 5. That's the brutal side. So that's your, again, bad guys. So everything you see here, including these things, there. This is everything that's included in this unboxing of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Slaughterhouse, a survival horror strategy game by Prospero Hall, brought to you by Funko Games for ages 13 plus and 2 to 5 players. As always, thank you so much for joining us for this unboxing video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you could always give us a thumbs up, leave a comment below. You could also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release any new content. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.